Once the claps commence, I know it starts.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
Listen,
Thank you, guys.
we are back. It's the Free Gems Podcast.
Episode 23.
Episode 23. We got an illustrious, we got a very special guest,
very
man.
special guest.
We got the one and only God to my left, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? AKA
Oh,
God
God.
from New Jersey, AKA Mr. Check the Stats himself. Listen, man.
Legit, we've seen him. I've seen him grinding for years now.
Listen.
He's really starting to see some of the fruits of his labor.
Listen, let's talk about it. Let him explain. So, God, talk to the people. What exactly do you do? Because some people might not know, but you're a YouTube superstar on the come up. You're going crazy. Nah, bro. Listen, respectfully, bro.
Respectfully.
Mr.
And
Check the numbers.
SoundCloud, all that,
Mr.
for
Check
real.
the stats, check the score. But listen, let's talk about it. Tell the people who you are, where you coming from, and everything.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
I'm
Come on
a
now.
genuine
Thanks for
fan.
coming.
I'm a genuine fan of this channel. Like, and if you're not up on this channel, you are asleep, bro.
It's all right. It's all right. If
thank
you're
you.
not up on his music, you are asleep.
Snoring.
I'm a fan. No, I'm a fan. So thank you guys. But yeah, my name's Guy. I'm from New Jersey. If you don't know.
Hence the Instagram name, God from New Jersey.
And yeah, it's musician, artist, songwriter, rapper, singer.
Literally a little bit of all, and we can hear it through your music. It's
Thank you guys, man.
you have
now
your own unique sound. It's unbelievable.
So let's break this down too, because all right, so we done all known each other because we got my boy Kyoko in the cut, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? AK the manager, AK best of friends and all that, you know what I'm saying? So we all known each other for over 15 years, damn near 20 years for real. Like,
Yeah, you used to live around the corner from me.
yeah, that's just so crazy. And people would never know. And it's funny because when I see you on Instagram, I'm like, yo, you look like such a superstar. Like,
Yo,
you are.
no, legit, no,
I swear,
no,
I'm looking, I'm
literally.
like, yo, this nigga's a model now. This motherfucker's going, you was crazy. I remember during the SoundCloud era, you were going crazy there too. I'm like, I've been watching your growth and I've been seeing the way your sound's been developing and the way like your aesthetic has been developing. The more you've been coming outside, like being more present on the internet and everything.
Yeah.
Because I remember your music was doing crazy numbers on like SoundCloud and like what was that, like 2015,
2016.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2016 was like when I that's like I'd say when I started music, but I didn't even officially like start it. I like I made a couple songs and I was like at school. I was like a junior in college.
What school, by the way?
Loyola University in New Orleans.
Oh, no, Loyola. Didn't they, wasn't it like the NBA tournament not too long ago doing anything? Didn't they go crazy?
No, that was
Different Loyola?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a branch of them, but
okay.
yeah, I was like at school, I was lost, and I had been wanting to make music forever, and you know, coming from like our city and like where I was from, I just didn't have the confidence to do it yet. Especially, coming from Teaneck and everything, like, you know, we all about the jokes. So I was like, but going to New Orleans really kind of changed me because, you know, us as East Coast people, we're like, I don't want to say cold, but like we're naturally aggressive.
Yeah.
And in the South, they're very warm.
And that's the heart of
it's
the, that's
very
like
different.
the South.
Yeah,
That's the epitome of the South.
That is the backwoods South.
But I know the culture down there is so different.
amazing.
I know it had to be like a culture shock in a good and bad way some parts.
People
like,
at school thought I was, because it wasn't a big school, and people were like, "Oh, Guy's an asshole." Like,
that's great. Of course.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
People would be waving at me like, "Hey," and I'm like,
the fuck are you waving at? Because we from up there, so it's just different.
But you know, so like everybody at my school was like, there was a huge, like the city of New Orleans was just super musical, and so I kind of just was like, nah, like I want to try this, and so I made this song called. I met a guy named Sean, who is somebody I've collaborated with a lot over the years. He goes by Diz.
Okay.
I had this sample of a song I was listening to, and I was like, yo, we should like take this section and just like speed it up. And that song turned into this song I had called Creepy.
Okay.
And I put it out. It was like the first song I like. You know, I was like rapping with my friends before, but I wasn't making music. We were just like freestyling.
I think that's how everybody started. They too nervous to put it out to the
Very
public.
organic.
We was at Voti just freestyling. Like,
Shout out to Voti Park.
Shout out to Voti Park.
Shout out to T-Egg and all that. But yeah, so y'all, you put it out.
And the school was going crazy over it. And I don't know if you guys remember Yes Jules.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she
like,
got like kids.
yeah,
She used to manage a Shake. 070 Shake.
Before that, she had this thing called New Music Monday, and she reposted my song. And like,
Oh yeah, that was a big
that.
thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
But so like I started, you know, and I made like 2 other songs not too far after, and I kind of put them on like a 3-song EP. I had this song called Right Now and stuff like that.
Yeah, right now that's still on SoundCloud.
And respectfully, over a million views in YouTube and
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
so the funny thing about that was somebody took that song and just uploaded it onto YouTube. I didn't even upload it.
Whoa.
And I was not up on like, you know, like music business stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I was just like testing the waters. I wasn't even like making music. I wouldn't consider myself, like I wasn't making music until like 2018.
Damn. Wait, time out. So, Yes Jules, she posted Creepy?
she reposted Creepy, and then they put Right Now on there.
So
too.
your very first song got reposted by Yes Just
Yeah,
put
my
on
first
a playlist.
original song,
That had to be a hell of a confidence
Yeah,
booster. Like,
wow.
it's one thing to have your school, everybody's tapping in, but those people know you personally. But when outside sources come and they're like, yo, this shit is fire. We don't know this kid from a hole in the wall, but we're putting this on. We're promoting this. I know that had to be a hell of a feeling.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm, like, I've always wanted to do this. So to me, it was like, once you have something that people like, you got to you want to make sure like whatever you're doing next is like
absolutely
superseding it.
Is there like a pressure for that? Like
absolutely. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I take what I do very seriously, especially like just like my own personal growth. Like I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm trying to learn to appreciate the process right now.
Absolutely.
That's a gem. That's a gem. Yeah, you got to appreciate the process. I tell people that a lot too, because one of my favorite quotes is from this coach Eric. I forget his last name. Yes, Eric Thomas. And he pretty much says you got to appreciate it's about the process, not the product.
Yeah.
And that's something I've been preaching for years. Everybody I know that's like just trying to get rich quick or trying to see success and get the shortcuts. It's like, yo, you gotta appreciate the journey to actually understand. Like when the product comes, you know how to be grateful for it and you know how to move with it. And you know, like I gotta execute and make sure that whatever I'm, like you said, whatever you're doing next gotta supersede the last thing, just in order to, you know what I'm saying, just to be level-headed and know that this is still a process. Like you're never really done.
What you guys are doing right now.
It's all a process, and you gotta fall in love with the process, and the results will come after.
Right.
You know?
I'm trying to learn that. I'm guilty of just trying to be so focused on what the end goal is, but like I heard a great quote once where you have to detach yourself from the end goal.
Yes.
Because you'll get there and then you won't know how to progress past it because you've just spent all this time.
Yes. So, that's definitely yes.
But yeah, I made those songs. I was getting a lot of love, and the crazy part about it all was like I wasn't home at all. Like I went from there to Atlanta because like a producer wanted to sign me off of that. And that situation, you know, I dropped everything, moved to Atlanta. I was like sleeping on the floor of a living room.
That was wild.
I was about to say, to go from T-Deck to New Orleans and Atlanta, bro, you was doing some hood shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, nigga.
It was definitely, you know what I mean? I was trying to get to it.
Nah, yeah, I can imagine.
That's when you chasing that dream. Hey, whatever it takes.
I feel like people will take a liking to you as soon as they see you in the studio and they see that you're doing hip hop and they see you. They're like, what the fuck, this dude's doing that music?
It doesn't make sense.
I know that has to because I know for a fact that has to be a level of like not shock value when people are just like more interested when they see you. They're like, oh shit, that's like that voice is coming from this aesthetic. I'm like, it's
people think I make like off a look. They'd probably think I make like pop music.
Yeah, like pop, like
Which like, you know, what I have coming next, you know, is gonna be like, I'm trying to show people a versatility. Like,
absolutely.
Because when I hear Fallen and BKS, I'm like, that gives me like a kind of pop feel. It's not all it doesn't feel all the way hip hop rapping, right? Because I seen you go rap. Like I got
some shit for that too, though. Don't worry.
I know. That's why when you say versatility, we just letting the people know. Boy, it gets crazy. When I tell you he gets versatile, he's versatile. When it gets to melodic shit, you got it all going on for sure.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Even when you get the up tempo shit, what was it? Is what it is. Yeah. That shit up tempo. You know what I'm saying? I love that vibe too. So just on your YouTube, man, go check them out. Listen, we're gonna put the description. We're gonna have to put the name in the description so y'all can go check them out.
Yeah, go check out this channel too. If you haven't checked it out.
Well, if you're here already, you're already checking us out, so it's lit.
So what's your creative process like? You said that sometimes you're hard on yourself, and so as far as your creative process, how does that go?
Well, I write and record all my stuff. I've never actually made a song in the studio.
Wow. Whoa. Wow. What?
Oh, so when you say never made a song, you mean like you never wrote a song? Or?
I've like been in the studio and helped like write for other people, but I've never for myself. No, I never was like made the song, even the skeleton, in like the studio. I'd say the closest thing is like what we just did in LA.
What, like a closet in your house or something?
Usually, like right now, I record in my living room.
Wow. So, I see. I had a fan with you, man. I see a lot of artists feel more natural with that. But actually, I want to double back because we were getting into a story. You were just explaining to us how you had moved to Atlanta. There was a producer that said they wanted to sign you. We're gonna get into the creative process though, because I want to know like what made him want to sign you.
He just heard the songs and really like. I'm sure there's a lot of people who go through this process, and you know, I don't want to get too in deep because I don't want to, you know, I don't want any bad blood with anybody. But
of course.
Yeah, he wanted to sign me. He was he was a person who had like some notable credits attached to him under certain projects that I'm not going to say.
Yeah, no, we don't have to redacted. We good. Redacted.
Allegedly.
But none of these things actually.
But yeah, so he was like, come to Atlanta, like all it'll take is one summer. He was like, oh, it'll take 1 summer. And this is me just starting out.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm ready to work, like whatever I got to do. And I had no, I didn't know how to do anything. Like I didn't know how to record myself yet or anything like that. So, I went, and he ghosted me this summer. And
wait. Wow. So you were fully invested?
I dropped everything. College, it was my junior year summer. I left for the summer. Me and my boy got in the car, packed all our stuff, got in the car.
Well, drove to Atlanta,
rented the living room of a person's crib that had 3 other people living there.
Oh, nah.
I slept on the floor. Yeah, I slept on the floor the whole summer. I was hitting him up like, when are we gonna lock in? Are we locking? What do I got to do? And being respectful, not just being annoying.
Right.
And he was not really hitting me back, so I got a job working at Six Flags as a security guard and just thugging it out for the summer.
In Atlanta?
Wow.
Yeah. With nowhere to sleep but the floor of somebody's
no car.
living room?
Yeah. My boy had his car, but he got a job somewhere too.
So tell me, what made you stay in Atlanta? What made you be like, no, I can't, because you could probably just go home if you wanted to. You could just go back to Jersey or go try to, go try to work at Six Flags somewhere close to the things you know. But what made you be like, nah, I got to stay in Atlanta? Like,
I think it was just like the glimmer of that still possibly turning into something, because he never told me flat out like it's quiet.
Yeah.
He was just like, I still felt like if I could just prove myself, I just got to prove myself. And then like that summer ended, I went back to school to finish my last year. I almost dropped out. I was like, school wasn't for me. Like, and I went back and he started like sending me some stuff when I left, and then I made a song with him.
That's some dickhead shit.
No, you don't know what people got going on in their lives.
That's true. But if I done spent months saying you, man.
He didn't know me. He didn't.
Of course.
We didn't. Like we met a couple times, but he didn't know me, and I was trying to build that relationship. But I went back to school. I made this song to one of his beats called "What Do You Mean?" And then my boy Diz, who's the guy who had made those first couple, he went to LA and he was like, yo, I played this song for this guy who was Ty Dolla $ign's engineer. And he was going crazy over it. So he was like, you should just come to LA. And I was like working 2 jobs in school and like doing the whole and so I was like, I'm going to LA. Like I went to LA, slept at the guy's house. He let me crash at his house, played the song for him. And I was just like, I had met a couple people, and people were just like, slowly building relationships, and they were kind of just like, yo, you should just move here.
Damn.
Wow.
Like it's all here.
Yeah, especially when you talk about networking. Like Atlanta is one thing with the network. LA is like Atlanta on steroids, because everybody in LA is somebody or knows somebody, related to somebody. Like it's ridiculous. It's a celebrity playground for real.
Yeah. So I dropped everything. I went to LA. Like I rented I just left. I just packed everything, went. I came back to Jersey for a little bit to kind of like get my bearings and get my stuff together. Like, I got myself a car and so because I had to drive to LA, and you can't be in LA without a car.
No, you can't be in LA without a car.
You drove when you moved to LA. You drove.
I drove there.
I thought I liked to drive.
So time out.
You like to fucking drive.
So you were in New Orleans.
No, you was in Teaneck first.
No.
Ended up in New Orleans.
I'm going back. Oh, okay, Teaneck. Yes.
Right.
You were in Teaneck first. Went to school in New Orleans. Went out to LA. Went out to Atlanta. Came back to New Orleans.
To New Jersey.
Okay, so you from LA?
I finished school. Yeah, I went back to finish school in New Orleans.
And then
came back to Jersey.
Came back to Atlanta.
Damn.
Came back.
Visited LA. I visited LA.
Came back home.
Came back to Jersey.
Home. And then had to go right back to LA.
Okay.
Yeah, because the last couple of videos I've seen.
I'm just trying to follow everything,
So, but in this entire process, I wasn't making any music.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about that, because I realized you take like this hiatus, and I think a lot of artists, especially the ones that like the great quality artists, they take these hiatuses and like just work on their craft. And like I actually have a deep respect for people who just like can hide out in the shade and just like and just work on developing and getting better and doing whatever it takes to come out bigger and better on the next run. Like Kanye does that a lot.
That's like one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, Kanye. I like Chance the Rapper. He does that a lot. Kendrick does that. Like a lot of the bigger, like all these names I'm saying is like superstar, A-list, top of the game. So
I want to be, like my desire is to be on the Rushmore, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Not just rap, just like
music in general to transcend just rap. I like that.
I'm not like. It's not a joke to me, like.
Right.
I have respect for everybody in their craft and like their process, and but like for me, I'm just like. I'm competitive, number one. Number two, I gotta see it through.
Yes.
Like
you started this process. I gotta see it through.
Hell yeah.
Like that.
Hell yeah. And it's funny because as you were saying, like you were saying, this is not a joke to me. Like I take this shit very serious, and that's what I feel like that those hiatuses are about. Where it's like, man, I don't feel like I'm pushing out the best quality yet, or whatever it is. Right. Artists be so self-conscious, like you said, there's a pressure. You constantly have this pressure on yourself to supersede what you already did. And coming out the gate, you were doing numbers. So it's like, fuck, how do I up that? You know, it's like let's make sure we gotta ride this wave. And a lot of times artists will see a couple 100,000, and then they go on this hiatus, and they get into like this depressed mode, and they'll damn near quit. Right. Like you said, you got to see this through. So it's like, and being competitive, I think, is one of the greatest genes you can have. Like one of the greatest things you can have, because even if you're not competitive with the person, you're competitive with yourself.
That's who I'm competitive with. Yeah.
It's yourself who you're really competing with, and once you have that, I think you can only progress in life if that's the case, because you're always trying to be better than who you were yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. And I try not to look at the numbers, because even now, like, the playing field's just changed where people just falsifying numbers.
Yeah,
that's another thing. That's
like,
very
this
true.
is like the late '90s MLB right now. It's the steroid when it comes to the way niggas was packaging like merchandise with album sales and shit like that was going on a couple years ago.
A lot of that's very true.
So like, for example, I think an example of something that I had to do recently, which was like, I'm not versed in the show department yet. I'm building myself as like a performer, and I'm opening up for this artist named Big Baby Gucci on his tour.
So I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
So like the promoter or like the booking agent was like, I need you to sell like 35 tickets. And 35 tickets don't sound crazy, but when you see like, it's time to get people to buy tickets. I sold, luckily God willing, I sold those in like 4 days.
Wow. I was about to say, send me one. I did that, but I still need one.
I sold past it. I've sold more than I was required to, but the point was just like, this was a tangible way for me to see like, okay, people, like, it's more than just like, like people from YouTube or like SoundCloud, like, and this is just like in my neck of the woods. So it's like, like
that local support.
Yeah. So like, I had done a show in LA, and I had like, I was an opener, and they told me I sold the most tickets as the opener. Wow. So I was like, that was another, you know what I mean? Like, that's the real testament.
That's you're not even from LA. That's the thing.
And like you said, it's one thing, like, all right, comments, likes, and all that, that's great. That's one thing. But to physically be able to sell something,
you can't fake that at all.
You can't fake that. Yeah. That's something in the song that people undermine. Like, a lot of these artists are big and do big numbers, but they can't sell a ticket. Like, they can't have no hard sales. It's dope that you're getting, like you say, you're getting well versed into it now. Real early, you're opening. It's like, I can't wait until I see you headlining and shit. And you shutting down West.
Y'all gonna be backstage.
And the big one. Oh yeah, for sure. We filming backstage. Free to the podcast. We there.
Right backstage.
Listen, we there.
We got to do another one of these at that time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I'm just appreciative of that, and really, I'm just trying to just like stay focused on just being real, and just like I do need to show my face a bit more. I'm trying to learn that. Like, I went to Regina's recently, and I don't go outside. Like, I mean, I go outside when it's necessary.
Yeah.
But like, there's moments like that happen that, like, if you're not present for, like, they humble you and they remind you. Like, I was walking with my boy 3D. Obviously,
of course.
Shout out Maneuverware, by the way.
Of course, shout out 3D.
I was walking with my boy. Like, we had parked the car all the way down the block. You know, there's never parking over there.
Never.
We walking by, and like on Teaneck Roads, cars driving by with the windows down, and I hear Montclair playing. I was like, what? And 3D looked at me. He was like, "That's fire."
Yo, that's very humbling.
Yeah, that was very humbling for me, and I was just like, man, this is like, it honestly changed my perspective, because like, I really want to like help the city too. Like, I want to
absolutely,
God willing, things, leave it up to God, but get into the position I'm trying to get into and bring it back to the city. I don't feel like Jersey really has a hometown hero, or like, like nobody's out here really representing us in the music scene. We hear about Atlanta, we hear about Chicago, we hear about LA, we hear about New York, but like maybe people are like, shout out to Fetty Wap, like in Coi Leray, but like even them, like I don't feel like people are associating Jersey with them like that.
That's very true.
Man, don't you right?
That's very true.
Why I'm guy from New Jersey,
Yes.
Gotta
and that even now that you explain that even makes your stage name even more like, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't even know your actual name is Guy. So.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it always
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to Mom Dukes and all that.
So last we heard of your story, you out in LA, so you know, walk us through, you know, your time out there in LA.
Yeah. So at this point, it's 2018.
Uh-huh.
I don't really have any music under my belt, which is why like I wouldn't consider myself like I was making music, because, you know, like all this time was going, like maybe I made a song every couple months, but like.
Sheesh.
So mind you, everybody, he's doing all this what we were talking about, and he doesn't really have anything at the moment. Like,
and I was desiring it. Like I was just like I was like hating myself because I was like, I need to make songs. I need to make
That
songs.
dark stage.
Yeah,
I know what that's like.
And those come and go. You gotta just be, you know, they're always gonna be. They have to happen for you to shed new skin and get to the next step. But so I was out there.
Sorry, you saying some shit. I gotta
absolutely. No.
It's the free gems.
Yeah, it's the free gems. You dropping bombs. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I was out there and I was like meeting producers, and like the stuff that I did have, people were like, this is cool. Like I rock with this. Like let's cook up. And I was kind of learning the process. I was just around producers. Like I was just around producers, not even like they weren't giving me the beats, but I was just in the studio all the time with them, like listening to them make beats, seeing the process, this and that. When a beat would get my way, and I would try things, and you know, like we'll get into the process like you said, but like not every idea works, and so you know, I was trying things.
Perseverance.
Yeah, and just like when I did come up with something that ended up turning into a song, and it was like they really rocked with it, and just like you know, I was sleeping on couches. I spent my entire time living in LA. I slept on the floor of the living room.
Wow.
The entire time.
How long was it? How long?
2 years.
So 2 years.
Listen, you gotta understand though, LA rent is crazy. I would have slept on the
LA
floor
rent
too.
is
Fuck that.
Yeah.
LA is crazy. They charging $3,000 for a studio, $3,500
Yeah, and I was living like in like 45 minutes away from LA.
So you in LA's
north or south? You about like Anaheim or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
shout out to
he
Anaheim.
knows his stuff.
Yeah. He was by Disney.
I was in Santa Clarita. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So you know, and just like trying to learning how to record myself, and then I was just like every day trying. That's when I'd say I started making music.
Yeah.
Because like every day I was trying to record an idea, trying to make a song, and like eventually like songs come out of it.
That what you said is really big, because you were saying how even some stuff you would try, it never necessarily amounted to an actual song.
Yeah, you know,
that speaks a lot to your creative process. Just because I'm out here doing the recordings doesn't mean that
everything I make is great.
Yeah. Stop dropping every song you make, goddamn. That's what he's really trying to tell you. Don't go out here and make 100 songs and drop 100 songs. Stop. Slow down and make sure you actually are working on your craft. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're perfecting it. Make sure you're doing what you can to really, like, you know.
I'm very hard on myself about like songs, like you
sharpening that iron.
Yeah, you could ask my manager. Shout out to Keo, go off screen right now.
Yes, Sersky, he's in the cut looking like a lawyer or something. Leg crossed, he's chilling right now.
But like I'll give you an example. This week I was mad at myself because like maybe I only recorded 3 days out of the week because I just had other stuff going on, and I like recorded 3 or 4 ideas, and I didn't like none of them. But the week before I made like 3 or 5 ideas. I liked one of them. And an idea doesn't mean like it's a fully. I've gotten to the point now where I can get like a verse and a hook and like it's formed and there's lyrics there, and you know. But I don't just like.
Like record a full song right away?
Sometimes I do, but now I'm at the point where it's like, I take my time to like think about like what's the concept of this. Like,
yes.
But I need the skeleton of it first. So it's like,
where am I going with this?
Right, exactly. And I'm trying to, you know, it's cool to make. What I'm trying to grow into is finding who am I as an artist and what my voice is. Like, and I don't mean voice in the sense of like singing. I mean voices in the sense of like, what am I saying? Like, what message am I bringing to people? And like, just trying to become more vulnerable. Because even like this, like 9 times out of 10, most people who know me or don't like have no idea that I went through this journey. Or just like the fact that even when I, you know, the reason I left Teaneck, because I left freshman year after freshman years. Cause our house got taken away.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I don't share this information because I want to save it for the music.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And just trying to find a way to access that part you know, I find the right production for it. And just like, so what I work on now is like, even if I'm not getting beats that's giving me that, like, it's just trying to make sure that like my lyrics and I'm getting more direct and more open, even the songs that are just meant to be fun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Because that's the thing, when you say all this, I know that you're taking your time. It makes sense why your songs are so quality.
Yeah, it does.
And even
It
your
really
visuals.
does.
When I see your visuals, I'm like, yo, and like your visuals just have like a funness associated to them. Like, when I see them, it's like real. Yeah, it's authentic, real organic. I see people that I know personally in the vid, so it's like
that's
it's dope because I know that's your energy too. So it's like it's organic. It's for real.
That's
like,
really what I'm trying to do. Is just like, especially like even what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing 3D and my boy Ian Alexander stuff. Like I'm just trying to like, as I believe in my vision and what I'm trying to do, and obviously like people will see it and other people won't, but just like even what we're doing on the 20th is like I want to show as much love to the city before I'm popping.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's like I care about where I'm from, and I like it's beautiful seeing like bumping into you guys, bumping into people and seeing like, man, like I used to hate y'all in high school.
It's like, yo, but
like
I'm
now
back
you guys are so like such good people. Like we have such good people here and creative people, and like we don't like. There's a very crab in a barrel mindset. Is that the correct?
Crab in a barrel is for sure the idea. Almost anybody's hometown.
Yeah. So you know, I just feel like if I can do things, and not everybody's gonna see it while you're doing it, but like,
of course,
it's not for my personal gain in any way. Like I just really care. Like I really care about like the people making clothes here, the people making music here, the producers, like everybody, like what you guys are doing. I'm an actual fan. Like I'm not just coming on here because I want content.
Nah, we appreciate you. I'm seeing the cat. You be commenting. You be
and
sharing.
We're actual fans as well.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
So that's what it's about, and it's like we all like it's crazy to like. I can see the vision for what you guys are doing, and like I watched all the episodes, and I can see and it's like very really well put together. Like,
Thank you.
You know, like most people go through the process of like, it looks shitty at first because y'all figuring it out, but y'all shit came out the gate looking great.
Nah, thank you, bro. It has a lot to do with Bravely Studios.
Shout
My boy Marv in the background.
Bravely Studios.
Definitely a big reason why we're here in the first place. And I want to say a very big thank you too, bro, because it's like you don't do interviews, you don't do shit like this. So it's like to see you up here, I'm like, yo, I think we got an exclusive. Like this is gonna be crazy.
I wanted to, yeah.
Now you blessed us. You blessed us. You're standing on exactly what you're saying by coming up here and doing this, because you really don't. And like you said, everything you do is extremely like strategic, and there's like you see a bigger picture to it, and you don't do nothing that's not quality. So that's a testament to come fuck with us. That's dope, man. That's love.
Speaking on that, I want to just take a second and shout out my management, Kyoko Patterson, Sadiq Patterson, because
absolutely
a lot of this mindset has been coming from like my time with them. Like I was a different person. I was a lot more closed off and I'm still closed off, but like I was way more closed off and not as open-minded and as loving or like as I was until I met them. They've really helped like shape my mind, and like it's not like they're not in the studio like being like say this and do this and do that. They're letting me do this, but they're like coaching me mentally on like how I move as just a man in this world and as an adult.
That's beautiful.
And that's come shown in my music, like as it changes, like me wanting the desire to want to find my voice. I used to preach about like I just want to write like music that like I admire, like that, like, you know, but it's like them telling me like you need to like learn yourself before you can really figure out what you want to say.
That's deep. Shout out to
Can we drop a gem on that?
Shout out. Nah, for sure.
And I don't get that many opportunities to like shout them out. So like, and I know that they're behind. They don't need that. They don't care about that. But I just want to, you know, tell them I appreciate them. And
that's dope.
And as you were saying, you know, as being very reserved, but hearing your music is very colorful. It's very beautiful in a sense. No, seriously, like it's really seriously.
It has an aura to it for sure.
It really does. Like it really sounds like okay, I can hear this like on the radios, like very mainstream.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
we can tell we can tell by listening that you really care about your craft. And even what you were saying is now you're trying to be more, put your face more out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a process, and you're growing through your process.
Right.
And I could tell and see the growth in your process.
Yeah, and another thing I've always been a big fan of too is anybody who comes out, it doesn't sound like anybody else. Like if you come out and you're not trying to sound like people, I love that shit. And when people can build their own lane with that, I feel like that's the best route for longevity is when you can build your own sound, build your own lane, and then you gain a cult following, and them motherfuckers gonna be buying live tickets for 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like motherfuckers, the locks could still sell out all through the East Coast. The East Coast just by selling tickets to their 50-year-old fan base at this point.
And it's not what's hot now and what wasn't hot later,
Right.
or what's hot in the future, or riding the trends. It's finding your own, carving your own niche,
Right.
and doing stuff that's very organic, because I can tell it's very organic how your music goes about. It's not like it's not like it's forced, it's pushed. It's not like you're trying to convey a certain thing based on what's going on. You know what I mean?
I really let feeling guide everything I do. Like I could try and make a drill song right now, but like I'm not, just because it's popping, like I'm not gonna, if I hear a drill beat and I'm moved by it and it inspires me to make something, I'll make a drill
By
song.
the way, that shit would go viral right now. If you back down a drill song right now, that shit would go fucking viral.
I got some stuff I'm toying with.
Listen, if you back down a drill song, we gonna get all the little niggas from the hood. We gonna let this shit turn. We gonna have you in the middle of Newark if you want to make that happen. We can make those calls.
I don't want to be in the middle of Newark. I'm good.
Nah, the hood would love you, bro. You walk around there looking like white Jesus. Niggas would go crazy to see you in the hood. They see you twirling in the hood through the whole. Oh, dude, they had that shit turned, bro.
But you're just trying to, like, if it inspires me and a song comes from it, like I hear stuff and I try and I'm like, nah, it doesn't sound organic. Like if it's organic and it's right, then I'm gonna do it. Like, but I'm not gonna. I hear stuff all the time that I'm like, damn, I want to make something like that. But I just realized, like, if you're like, I want to make something like that, I want to make something like that, it eventually will. Like songs that I've wanted to make or feelings I wanted to make, like even like a Montclair. Just something that's swaggy and like has that. Right. I wanted that for so long, and then like months later, that song just happened to happen, and I just I'm trying to go off of that. Like even now, I'm like, I want to write songs like this, and like I want to write songs, like I Wonder, like Kanye West, you know what I mean, like Flashing Lights. Like I'm like, man, like just things that are impactful and moments, and it's like if I just think about that, and I don't force it, law of least effort. It'll eventually just happen for me.
Yeah. I feel like since music is art, that's kind of how art is. You kind of just gotta let it happen. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You take from experience and however you're feeling right then and there, however this beat makes you feel, adds to it, and then it's just like, here's what's gonna happen, and y'all either gonna love it or hate it, but this is me. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. So I love the idea of when I start thinking of. I even sometimes think of music in a visual sense, like
colors.
I see colors sometimes.
That's why I
see different movie scenes. I see different like just scenarios when I hear certain songs. So if you could paint that kind of picture, that's when I know I'm listening to some shit.
Yeah, and I'm nervous to drop what I'm gonna drop next, because it's like,
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, it's gonna be totally different. I don't know. I wanna like.
You about to start dropping country songs? What you talking about?
I'm experimenting with like
R&B,
alternative R&B,
nice,
alt pop.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
little bit more edgy type.
I actually did want to ask you, so like, what are some of your biggest influences? Like, if you could name me top 5, because
5 artists or rappers?
Influences. Shit, it could even be it could be fucking Elon Musk.
It doesn't even have to be musically. Just like, influences in general.
Well, I'll go musically first.
Okay, let's go musically.
Okay. I'd say Kanye West.
Okay.
Shout out to
Drake.
Jesus. Yes. Okay, Drake the GOAT.
Sade.
Wow. Threw me for a loop there.
I like that.
Bon Iver.
Bonnie.
Wow.
See, you lost me there. I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to Google that in a few.
He's a phenomenal artist. Just
Bonnie
like
where's he from? Like France or something?
Nah. He's from like Wisconsin or something.
Oh, wow.
He's done a lot of work with Kanye though. But like
that makes sense, because Kanye was up in like Wisconsin, the mountains up there, like Montana.
His sonics are just like really, really crazy.
I gotta tap in.
That's 4, right?
Yeah, one more.
Honestly, I think over time, Michael Jackson.
I mean, that's Michael Jackson is that's.
But I also like, I love like Paramore, and I love like I listen to like I love. Like I got my top 5 rappers and all that stuff too, but I got so many subcategories.
Yeah. Cause I got like a top 5 rock band. Motherfuckers think I be playing, but I'm listening to Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco. I'm listening to My Chemical Romance. I'm listening to what's the other one of my other favorite
Killers.
Bands? Oh, the Killers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
System
of a Down.
Yeah, System of a Down's crazy.
You gonna see that for a second.
What? I
listen to some heavy metal. I listen to Avenged Sevenfold and shit.
I'm not going heavy metal, like, but I just like great sonics and great songwriting. Like I don't care what genre it is.
Same here.
My shuffle, man. I be listening to music around my clients, and they be like, "Yo, what the fuck do you know about this?" And I'm like, "Yo, chill."
Like I've seen you on podcasts talk about music, and I'm like, when I was getting my tattoo from him, he wasn't playing this.
But I'll be listening to a little bit of everything for sure. I make sure I tap in, but it's because I genuinely like it. I'm not forcing it at all. Like sometimes I'll listen to one genre. I just started discovering these couple artists named like Rini, Pink Sweats.
You heard of Pink Sweats is fire.
Pink Sweats is fire.
I'm gonna put you on an artist right now. His name's Dijon, Dijon. He's
like Dijon Mustard, like Dijon?
Yeah, like Dijon Mustard. His sound is like Frank Ocean. Like
who's Dijon Mustard? Why y'all both know who that was?
His name's Dijon. His name's Dijon.
It's a brand of mustard.
Get the fuck out of here.
it is.
It's Heinz or nothing. You making shit up on the podcast. I hate when you do that shit.
Heinz or nothing. We ride or die for Heinz over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you talking about, bro? Talking about Dijon Mustard. Who is Dijon? Matter of fact, isn't DJ Mustard's name Dijon?
Yes,
it is, right?
Yes, that's why it's DJ Mustard.
I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna send you some stuff. You gonna like
drop a bomb for that because he just found that out.
Nah, yeah, send him this way. What you said, Dijon?
Dijon, yeah.
I gotta tap.
I gotta tap in. You about to put us on. I love getting put on new artists.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, like Giveon, bro, he's on a fucking run right now. I don't know what he got going on, who's writing for this motherfucker, but he's on some shit.
Yeah, he's fire.
Yeah.
His stuff is fire.
Yeah. So yeah, back to musical influence. So you got us 5. If I'm not mistaken, can I see your knuckles? It say what? Dear Mama?
Dear Mama.
I love that. You gotta talk about it. You got a Tupac reference. I don't know if it's just for Tupac or is it more personal than that.
I get tattoos. I've only got these and the ones you did.
Yeah, the
but I get
like 2016.
I want a lot more than just bread. You know?
You gotta take your time too.
I get tatted when like important life moments happen to me. So like I got this one. Which at the time you had no idea, but that was like when I was moving to Atlanta.
Yeah. I feel like as soon as you started talking about it about being your junior year summer, I'm like, yo, I feel like that was the time, and I feel like you were telling me because you were telling me like, yo, bro, I'm going full in with the music because we hadn't spoke for like probably like 4 or 5 years prior to that. That was like 2016.
It was a crazy wrap up, and that day was just crazy because like I don't remember who was with me, but it was like he pressured me into getting a tattoo because I was like, I want one. He was like, you should just do it right now. Don't be a bitch. Just hit Ezra. I got Ezra's number right now. And so like I caught, and like the whole time I was just like, cause like that's a pretty heavy tattoo to get as your first one.
It is.
And I was just like adamant about like I have a high tolerance for pain. Like I'll feel it, but I won't show it. So my boy was like, yeah, you gonna be crying and all. And so I was just trying to sit in the chair like.
Try monotone, like
to the point where even I remember Eds was like. You good? You need a break?
That's my number one question. When I see niggas not reacting, like, you alright? Like, you might be zoned out. Motherfuckers be passing out, bro. That'd be the scariest shit. You don't understand? People pass out all the time while getting tatted. It's fucking wicked. Like, if you're not ready for it, it'll throw you off. It'll catch you off guard. Like, motherfucker just drop out the chair. Like literally.
Like you rather somebody here talking about than just not.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, at least you're reactionary. I know. He's alive.
Credit to you. Like you were coaching me through there. You were like, yo, like. This is gonna hurt here a little bit, but don't worry, we're gonna get through it. Like you really.
I try to talk people through it. I remember I was excited to hear from you at that time too, because man, like I said, we didn't know each other so long. Like I was a little ass boy. Yeah, like I used to walk past your crib and you used to just be playing ball all day. This motherfucker was always playing ball. I swear.
Yeah, I'm
like if you knew God, but if you see God was always had a basketball. Like that's what I remember. Like when we were real young. I'm talking about before smoking weed and days like that. Like I'm talking about kids. Motherfuckers knew each other. When I was thinking about it. Like it's been some time, bro.
Triumph OT.
So I got these tats when I moved to LA and I was on the road trip. I stopped. My mom had moved to Texas, so I stopped in Texas, and I got these for her because that was like when I decided to really go full in with the music. And the first rapper that she played for me when I was like 2 years old was Tupac.
Wow.
And so I got these on my hands because my mom and I have had a very unique relationship.
Wow.
And we built a relationship, and you build things with your hands.
Yeah, ooh, I like that. I like that. We gotta drop a bomb for that. Drop a bomb for Tupac. Shout out to my Dukes for throwing the Tupac. What's that? Let me find out your mom listening to Tupac.
My mom is a very that's my blessing of being like the growing up in the way that I did, like in the environment that I did, like around the people that I did is like, and my mom lucky enough had a very eclectic music taste. She listened to Tupac. Like she loved Fabulous. Like
Fabulous?
Yeah, she loved
get the fuck out of here. That's crazy.
Fabuloso.
Shout out to the word eclectic too. I love that word. For real.
But yeah, so it's but she would go from that to playing like The Who or something like that.
What the fuck? That's dope. That's my playlist.
Yeah. And then I go to my friend's house
Fabulous
and they playing like Maxwell and Music Soul Child and they playing like Anita Baker, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I'm hearing all this, and so that's kind of like I listen to a lot of rap and R&B, which is like throws people off when I tell them because they think I'm just listening to like Fall Out Boy the whole time.
It's the visual for sure.
But yeah, so
It's the same way when I throw that shit on though with my clients. They be like, "What the fuck are you listening to?"
Right.
I be like, "Yo, chill."
Right.
Like I'm the type of I got the Drake and Josh theme song on my fucking like Apple
my
Music. Yeah,
gosh.
that's my shit. That's my shit. Like I'm telling you, I got that. The Arthur theme song that was by Wyclef. Like them shit is hits. Like niggas don't even know.
Yeah,
both
he putting me on right
that's
now.
What I'm
I
saying.
didn't even
Them
know
shit is
that.
actually hard. Go listen to them shits. Like Wyclef walked on that Arthur theme song. And I said, hey. It was Ziggy Marley, but Wyclef did a remix that's on Apple. Yeah, he did a cover.
Full time a day.
He did a cover on that shit.
Just learn to
Yeah,
walk
Ziggy
and
Marley.
play.
Wow, shout out to Bob Marley. This nigga got so many
There's
kids
so many
that
kids.
became superstars in the music game. Like he's on a different level. This nigga got like 5 platinum sons. Like,
No, literally.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's actually crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
That's wild.
literally.
Literally.
But yeah, so back to the influences, and you were talking about how Tupac had a lot to do with you and your mom's relationship because that was the first rapper she was putting you on. Did you what's like your top 5 favorite rappers or musicians? I don't wanna say rappers. Musicians. I feel like you're more of a musician. I can't just call you a rapper.
Probably like same as influences.
Okay.
But I could go like top 5 like favorite rappers. The fifth
Top 5 that you're listening to right now.
right now.
Yeah. I think
Of course, still I'm always listening to Kanye and Drake.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's
Future.
Yeah.
See, I knew you
my
had some
boy,
toxic
my
in you,
boy.
nigga. I could tell.
My boy.
I could tell.
I've been bumping that. I never liked you.
Nah, that's crazy.
Can't
If
hold
Future's
you.
in your top 5, you ain't shit. I ain't shit. So
I
I can
ain't,
respectfully say that. I ain't shit.
You said
my favorite
listening to
rapper.
right now. You said listening to right now.
Future is the GOAT.
Future my favorite rapper.
I love Future's music. Like he's just like I don't know. Like he just has that feeling like this. Like even like like you got people who are super lyrical, but like Future says shit. Like they say like saying more with less.
Yes.
Like even I'm
yes.
listening to some shit. He's like, she gonna break her neck just to look at the kid. I'm like, that's a bar.
That's a bar. Right. He could have just said, I turn heads when I walk in the room.
Right, exactly.
Nah, she gonna break her neck.
Like, I love it. Like,
That's one thing I love about musicians is because everything's been said a billion times.
Right.
So it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. It's
Exactly.
the delivery. I think delivery is so dope and so
So
important. That's what
important.
makes people so different. Like that whole Michigan rap scene right now, I love the way they rap because it's so different. And they'll bar you up with some shit. You're like, what the fuck are you saying right now? But then you really listen, it's like
Babyface Ray.
Babyface Ray.
yes.
What his cadences, dog?
It's crazy.
They're so
I'm up, bro.
unorthodox.
I'm up, bro.
Yeah,
I know what's up.
Listen, Babyface Ray, Rio the Young OG,
Yup.
Peasy, all those.
Yo,
listen,
Peasy, fact.
Peasy, they go crazy.
I was bumping Babyface Ray yesterday, actually.
Yeah, his last 2 albums, the Unfuckwittable
yeah.
and the other album.
Rowdy
like,
Rebels album's hard.
I gotta go tap in. I
haven't listened to it either.
I'm rooting for Rowdy and Bobby though, man.
Me too,
Me
yeah.
too.
I'm rooting for him. I ain't never seen a nigga so happy as Bobby. Y'all seen that interview where Bobby had his feet up?
Yo, his feet.
Y'all nigga did a whole interview like this.
I ain't gonna
feet
lie.
kicked up.
That's how I want to be in life, just like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I swear to God.
That
Energy.
Yeah, I
energy
need
for
that.
everything. For everything.
Yeah, you don't kick your feet up like that unless you genuinely happy with life. Like, fuck that. So I love to see that.
So do you have anything coming out?
You said the 20th. You got something coming out.
The 20th. I'm throwing with Jameer Cope. Shout out to the Sick Event.
Shout out to Mir. Yes, sir.
That we're doing a 2000s theme party, 99 2000s theme party in Jersey City. You can holler at my gram, see the flyer. It's free for everybody. BYOB, 420 friendly. And I'll be shooting scenes for my next music video.
Let's make a cameo. Fuck all that.
I'm trying to bring back the Moose Lodge energy. If you,
Ooh, you don't know about the
Moose
Moose
Lodge?
Lodge. Moose Lodge was dangerous.
Listen, I wasn't there.
Listen, Moose Lodge, we was in there 13, dry fucking, it was dangerous. Niggas was dry fucking, there was gang banging going on in the front, niggas was getting jumped in the back, and they was selling burgers. It was some crazy shit in the Moose Lodge.
And it was about 12,000 degrees in there.
Oh yeah, niggas always used to sweat.
people would still be in there with North Faces.
Big high polo boots.
The burgers comment got me crying.
Bro, I swear to God, they used to have coat check in this motherfucker, bro. That shit was crazy.
I'm throwing that because I'm like shooting, some of my video, but also it's like end of summer. I want everybody to kind of like. I feel like from a lot of people I talk to, like it's been a hard year for a lot of people, and I just feel like as we all, we all finding our paths.
Absolutely.
For us to come together, just like one more time, maybe before like people like you never know where people gonna go or what they're gonna do.
For sure.
But then on the 29th, like I said, I'm opening up for this artist named Big Baby Gucci.
Yes, sir.
On his tour, he's doing a stop in New York, and I'm gonna be one of the openers on that.
Yeah, I gotta come see that.
Yeah.
You said the 29th?
The 29th.
That's a Monday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a Monday? Yeah, I'm there.
It's gonna be at Baby's All Right in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's a flyer venue. Yeah, I started rehearsing. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
2000s party, that's gonna be fucking lit.
Yeah, I want people to have a good time.
I'm pulling up as Daddy Yankee, nigga. I gotta get the big watch. I'm about to go get a big ass fake watch from the gas station with the big bezel on. Yeah.
Listen, I'm about to pull up like Nelly with the jersey backwards, the double XL.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Exactly.
Pull up as Manny Ramirez, nigga. You got dreadlocks in the look. Just throw the Red Sox jersey on, be Manny Ramirez. You don't even gotta be a rapper, nigga.
But and so like I've been really like grateful for the numbers I've been doing on YouTube lately, and really I was just like, if I can showcase like people that like from my city that like I love, that we all know, like I just feel like it would be awesome to have like people get on camera.
Speaking of, Fallen came out 2 weeks ago. You're already at 250,000 views on YouTube.
Shitting me.
Yeah, Fallen's at 250,000 in 2 weeks.
250,000. No, but hold on, because BKS is what, 600K already? In a month.
In a month.
Maybe a little over a month, but
regardless though, you talking about over 800,000 views in just the last month and some change.
Yeah, my subscribers.
5 weeks or so.
I'm over a K.
Yes, sir. We over 1,000 subs. That's fucking beautiful.
That is
I know that's a good feeling. So did YouTube hit you up already? He was like, yo, we got a bag for you, nigga. How'd that go?
Well, so YouTube doesn't really pay you out until you hit $1 million. They did hit us up about monetization though. So
yeah. So listen, the check is coming.
We're having that conversation.
My people will get back to your people.
Yeah, I'm letting my management handle that because they're very business savvy. So
listen, we professional. You already said we let my management handle it. Management gonna talk this.
Management got my best friends.
Shout out to Sick Key Management.
Yeah, actually,
Psyche.
You know what I'm saying? I actually wanted to ask you. So, are you completely independent? Are you signed? Like, what's the motion going on? Because I see the numbers and I'm like, yo, bro. Like the numbers
is there.
It's like when I see that shit, you know what I love too? I don't mean to keep rattling on, but I love the fact that, all right, your following on Instagram is what, like 7K almost about around this, which isn't too crazy yet. But the numbers on YouTube let you know that the music is organically catching on.
Yeah,
that it's the quality. Quality isn't ever like you can't.
And my IG is slowly like engagement is going crazy, and that partly started with like me actually like posting more and being more engaging on that. Even just like doing ventures that I never thought like I would be doing, like the modeling thing. Like
when I see you got the pink hair on and shit,
I'm like, oh,
jean jackets and shit.
I walked in 2 New York Fashion Weeks, which was really cool. I met a lot of really phenomenal people who, if you come to the 20th, I'd love to introduce you guys to some people. And so it definitely lets me know. I'm trying to be present, but I'm also just like focused on the next thing, because I'm not going to say the date or the name. I will be dropping a project in September.
Project coming soon. We need a bomb for that one time, Marv. Please, thank you. We dropping the project.
Do we have a date yet or not yet?
I have a date, but I'm not going to share it until we solidify a couple more things. And then really like, I don't really say stuff like this, I don't really make announcements like that until it's about to happen. But my foot is on the gas this whole year.
I like that.
I've got enough releases until next summer.
You talking that shit?
And like what I'm gonna do with this project is gonna be different, and I'm just trying to show my versatility to people. And I know that like that's why I'm nervous about it. But I heard if you feel nervous about stuff, it probably is a sign you should do it.
Exactly. We need that. Ding.
But the stuff that's coming after is like, I'm just gonna smack you in the face. Like you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear what I have to say.
He already has it drawn out on the map. It's all the plan ready to go.
Yeah,
he already has it.
Well, a lot of these artists, the thing is, you're gonna be at that level where it's like, yo, you're gonna have the next 2 years planned out. Like that's what happens when you get to the level he's gonna get to. It's like, bro, you got shows in Turkey and Dubai and fucking Greece and shit. Like that's coming.
God willing,
it's gonna happen. It is, because God willing, of course, and because you putting in the work, and like you say, you serious about this shit. This shit ain't no joke. And like I said, the numbers are speaking for themselves. I'm always reiterate that, because you can't fake that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going up, it's going up.
Very organic.
I'm grateful, and shout out to my my directors, Connor and Munson, the Insta comment and the Munson burner on the gram. If you guys want to follow him, you'll definitely meet. I don't know if Munson's going to be able to make it to this shoot. I know he's got, because he like films on actual movie sets and stuff like that too. So
quick flex. Quick flex.
But Connor will be here, and even like other artists from the city. Like I want just sharing connections. I don't gatekeep. I don't connect people. Like I connect them when I feel like it's an organic connection.
Yeah.
I'm not the type to just like send things off. Like I want people to meet and have a relationship, and especially like I developed such a strong bond with these people that like if I'm introducing you, they're gonna think you're genuine and real.
Yeah, that's the best thing, man. That's why your word matters so much, and your name, your brand, all that matters so much, because some people, you got a fucked up name, and I try to refer somebody, they're gonna be like, I don't want to fuck with him because Ez is already shaky. I don't want to fuck with nobody that fucks with him.
And that messes up your business, you know? Like,
100%.
There was something I wanted to speak on when you asked me, because I didn't answer you, but I'm 100% independent right now. I have been offered a few times and been in situations, and just like to other artists, like it's so important to like, I spent money on getting a music lawyer at times that I didn't have it, just to start to learn the process of like what redlining is and things like that.
That is very important.
And the education.
Everyone like, takes it seriously.
You know, like I'm not opposed to a record deal. It's got to work for me, because it's like a marriage, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
And you know, I'm just trying to get the leverage for myself right now.
Yep.
But I definitely want to be, when I say like on the Mount Rushmore, you know, like I want the element of like the machine behind me.
Yeah.
But you know, I just want to make sure it's the right situation for me. But to artists, like, just knowing like your business side of things, like it's very important to know, like knowing, because that's essentially like, I mean, lawyers I have the most respect for, and there's a lot that goes into it, but essentially what they're doing in the beginning stage is just translating the contract for you.
Literally, that's what they're doing.
And so like you understanding like what publishing is, you understanding like making your LLC and like uploading your music through that, and like having like, it's more than just uploading to DSPs and things like that. It's like really knowing what publishing is, knowing like what it is that can build you leverage, what it is that labels are looking for, and what it is you need to do as an artist. You know, like I think the hardest part for me was like, I've always been like, if the music's good, everything will happen. And it's like, that's not the truth.
That is very important.
We learning something. That's not the truth, because I always felt that way. So elaborate a little bit.
And I will never sacrifice the quality of my music to look cool or to do something. You know, sometimes you got to take a risk on like songs that you don't know how people, just to push yourself as an artist. But I'll never like sacrifice what I think is quality to do, just to have the aesthetic or the look.
Right.
But like it's so much more than just music. You really need to be the writer, the artist, the brand, the musician, the marketer. Sometimes you have to be your own. You have to work, if you have a manager, know how to think like your manager, know how to move, know how to, you know, the right resources, where to put things. And there's a lot that goes into this, and I do a lot on my own, but that's why I say I'm so grateful for the people that I have on my team, because we do this together and we don't operate off ego. Like this is not about a bag for me. Like this is, I want the money, of course. Who doesn't want the money? Come with it. That comes with it. I want longevity. I want to be here for over a decade, and I want to do it with like, the thing that I admire the most about the artists I admire is like, you look at like someone like Drake, he's with the same people he started
with.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking when you talk about your team and having these people aligned. You have people who genuinely want to see you win. You have people who knew you before this was ever an idea to make this a business or make this into like, oh, let's go build something. Or they didn't just find you as a talent. It was like, hey, you're good at this. We can manage you. Let's go. It's not that.
Right.
So you organically want to see you win, because the more you win, the more they win, the more they win, the more you win. It goes hand in hand.
And you're going to meet people who are going to look at you that like, I've been in situations where I could have taken situations who people looked at me like I would just be a meal ticket. And that's why I'm like, man, I'd rather get it through the mud with people that I know, like when I'm not up, that they're going to be there for me. Because like, no matter how high you climb, there will be a period where it's like you get knocked down a little bit. And if you got the people around you that are going to push you up, and just like, sometimes I'll be honest, I'm not going to falsify confidence. Sometimes I don't believe in myself.
That's so important to put that out
real.
there. Listen, people, sometimes you don't believe in yourself.
And I got people around me who believe in me enough that help carry me through in those times where I don't believe in myself.
That's a big
gem.
Deep.
That's a real big gem. And knowing how to put yourself back in the lane where you need to be corrected. We were talking about this before the podcast started. I was talking about like how I developed the skill of being able to just completely like, it might be a bad thing to completely like shun out like bad feelings or when I'm showing anything negative, but like I learned how to like literally change my thought process, like change what I'm thinking about, just completely, like changing the show, because you get into these dark times and I feel like that shit just bleeds you into more darkness. It's like, nah, you gotta get back. You gotta go crack a smile, go laugh at something.
Absolutely.
It'll literally kill you, man.
Yeah,
Depression is real.
You can't like one of my favorite quotes ever is a quote from Quincy Jones, and he got the quote from somewhere else. I don't remember who he said he got it from, but he said, "It's all peaks and valleys. Get through the valleys. The peaks will take care of themselves."
That's big. That's a huge gem.
Because like when you feel good, you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
You're just feeling good.
Yeah.
But when you feel down, you're trying to analyze and figure out why you're
trying to micro, and that's what you were saying. You need a good team around you because every day, some days is not going to be your best days, but you need good people around you to motivate you, even though sometimes you might not be feeling your best.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're not on your game, you need people in your ear to be like, look at what you've done. Look how far you came.
Yeah.
Look what you can do.
And that's the truth of the matter.
You are who you are.
Right.
Don't
compromise.
You are him.
Himothy.
You Himothy. Like you are him. Don't let a funk continue on longer than it has to.
Yeah.
That's why you need good people around you.
Just be still.
Yes.
Don't believe every thought you have.
And this is coming from somebody, like I said, who took a crazy hiatus. How long did you not drop something for? Like, from like...
Over a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but for an artist, that's a long ass time to just completely be gone.
Absolutely. But I won't sacrifice the quality. Like I don't.
And still making moves within that year.
Yeah.
So imagine you're an artist who hasn't been making music for over a year, but it's still in the trenches doing what needs to be done.
That happens now. I'm somebody that I'm like, I need a new song. I need to make a new song. Even if I have everything, like enough releases till next year, like I'm like, I need new stuff. I need to evolve. I need to grow. I'm constant every second of the day. I'm thinking about that, and I'm trying to learn to like be present. But it's like I don't realize, like, even when I'm not making ideas that I'm totally in love with, or like maybe I had like a modeling gig, or maybe I had to shoot a video, that these are other forms of things for your career that you're doing to get yourself into positions.
Facts.
Because who wants 1,000 songs with it defeats the purpose. Like, what's the point of me having 1,000 songs if I don't have the place to put it, or people who can hear it?
Yeah.
See it.
You're not getting the listeners. It doesn't make sense, right? It's like a tree falling in the forest. Does it make noise if everybody's around to hear it?
Yeah.
It's one of those situations. But like, I think about the fact that fuck, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, I just drew a blank. Fuck, I just had a whole idea that I really wanted to ask.
All right, so
hold on.
Oh, so you think, and
all right, go ahead.
See, this is what teamwork does. It's teamwork.
Right.
So, what you were saying about the business aspect of it, which a lot of people don't even realize, like, it's a business. It's not just the music.
It's the business of music.
And getting into the business side and knowing the business side. See, perfect.
Yeah, I remember.
And knowing the business side will set you up with your music.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people they get so trapped into the actual music part of it that they're blinded by the business part.
That was me for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you had to learn yourself that listen, it's all encompassing. It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
You are a brand. You are a business.
Yeah.
And now the music's already there. Now the business side comes. You need to get people around the team around you, and yourself. You can't just rely on your team. You have to know yourself as well.
The most important thing and like hardest thing I think is really just understanding like balance, because it's a double-edged sword. Like you could be all in with the music and totally on the music, not on the business stuff at all, and it won't progress. You can get all into the business and forget about
the reason why you're here.
Yeah, and like the quality of your music, if you know, because it's very easy to fall into the like, let's jump on this trend because this is what's popping, and that's like how a lot of people in the music industry, I won't name names, or I've seen like behind the doors and like how they analyze songs and what it's like. I've seen things that get sent to songwriters where it's like, we're looking for you to make a song like whatever's on the Billboard Hot 100, and that's like the exec side, and that's why those people aren't the artists. Like they're the business person, and you're supposed to be the artist, and they can bring those ideas to you, and you can let it happen organically. But it's very easy for you to jump into like, let me just like, I'm trying to get on, so let me do what's popping right now, or let me jump into like, I need to dress like this, and you totally forget about like, well, if I'm doing all that for the other people, like, who am I as an artist?
Yes.
What's my voice?
You're a people pleaser at that point.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, at this point, you're just a vessel to make them money.
Yeah. And then you don't have nothing to stand on because you're only going to be there until the next guy who's doing the same thing as you but does it a little bit better than you comes along.
Yeah. No, that's a big jet. Somebody who can fake being you better than you.
Exactly.
And even beyond that, it's like the NBA, the NFL, all these places. It's like, yo, they got the next runner up coming.
Yeah.
So if you're not coming with some shit that's gonna change the world, and you know what I'm saying, if you're not coming with some shit that's gonna really impact and make the noise, hey, bro, you can get replaced in a second. And you got to keep coming with that shit.
Right.
And what he's talking about, if you're not organic, if you're trying to be like something else.
Oh, we'll find that out in a second. And nowadays, we're in the day and age where it's
and
like
it's somebody who can impersonate it better than you, or just like has a better look than you, or they'll just come and replace you. But like
6ix9ine.
Yeah,
he's a perfect fucking example. He was the perfect impersonation of the most lunatic fucking killer. That's what we looked at him as, and then we couldn't find out it was all fake. And it's like, oh shit, he faked this better than the real ones got. Like he went 6 number ones in a row by faking this shit. Motherfuckers that's really real is right now fighting to get bail because they fucking they label don't want to pay.
Somebody
for it.
could come along and make music that has like that hardness to it the same way, but just like maybe because they saw his mistakes, didn't make those mistakes, and now you're looking at him like the next guy. But really, it's the same process. It's like
the next guy. No pun intended.
No pun intended. But you look at someone like Future, who's just like, like he makes trap music, but like Future sound.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people emulating Future sound, and it's different to like emulate or be inspired by. Like
Yes.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree.
No, for sure. And now I remember what I was gonna ask. There was two things. One of them was kind of like off topic now, but one of the things I've been meaning to ask you too. So like, all right, out of what's the percentage of songs you actually release? Because you're saying you might have releases all the way up to next year. So does that mean you got like 1,000 songs on a laptop somewhere on a hard drive?
I don't consider them a song unless I'm gonna put it out. They're just an idea.
Concepts.
Yeah, they're just concepts and ideas. And I've got tons of ideas that are just like maybe a verse, maybe a hook, maybe a verse and a hook, maybe a full song, maybe the beat wasn't
It's like a sketch.
Right. Yeah,
it's like a little sketch. But you didn't fine line it, you didn't clean it up, you didn't paint it.
I tinker. Like I spend a lot of time tinkering, and really like the songs that become songs. I don't want to say they write themselves, but like there's a part of it where it's like I just have to puzzle piece at the end of it. Like it's a blank canvas and I get something clicks, whether it be a groove, whether it be the beat. I really let feeling guide me, like I say. And
that's real poetic. The song writes itself.
The
song writes itself.
That's a true.
This nigga talking some slick
that's
shit.
true artist. That's artistry in music. That's
you can't,
true artistry.
I'm obsessed with like wanting to control that element, but you can't control it. I can't pick and choose when it's gonna flow out of me. All I can do is try and put myself in the position for it to happen. If I spend a lot of time working on music, I'm more likely for that idea to happen to me. Versus like, be at a party and I'm like, I have an idea for a song, but like I'm like, damn, I forget it by the time the next shot of Hennessy hits. Like,
it's like, yo, damn.
Shout out to the hand though. Nah, but I know exactly what you mean for sure. Like people, why the fuck do I keep drawing blanks like that? Whoa.
I got another idea.
Go ahead.
All right.
Cause I don't know why.
We good on time, man?
No, yeah, we good. So talking about the business aspect and the music aspect, sometimes you can want something so bad and you get all emotional about it, and the first one or two offers you get, you take right away without even thinking. So
for sure. Some
people get so emotional, it's like, oh, I wanted it so bad, it's right here, and don't even realize what they're signing up for.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you got to stop, look back, and start thinking calculated.
Absolutely.
Start thinking calculated instead of exactly. So
I've fallen victim. Like there were times where I was like, is this, even though this contract is telling me to sell my soul, is this like figuratively?
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm selling my shit.
There's a lot of conspiracy theorists.
Illuminati hit me.
I'm about to say the Freemasons knocking at your door.
I got sold for the low, man.
But like, if this contract is basically trying to get everything from me for the price of like, and that's the thing is like, even with those stipulants, you think like I signed this, maybe you get an upfront bag in advance, which you have to recoup.
Yeah. Which is
really
a loan.
It's really a loan.
No,
now, if you're
literally
smart, like if I were to sign for $2 million tomorrow, I'm putting that money right back into my music.
Yeah.
I'm not going and buying like jewelry and ice. Like I'm gonna buy my team a little something for their hard work that we've gotten to that point, and then I'm putting it right into the business. Like,
absolutely.
Because like say like, you don't know how a label's gonna operate. Like you can come along, some artist could come along who's not half as good as you, and they're just like, he's viral on TikTok, we focusing on him. So like that's like that contract doesn't even guarantee like exactly, it doesn't even guarantee like you won't get shelved. And it's like cool, you made that $2 million, but what if like by next year you're worth $30 million and the label owns 90% of that?
And
That's why you got to think long term, especially you got to see the vision. You got to know if you're trying to be that Mount Rushmore, you know you can't sign for the low because listen, we're going to be worth so much in the long run.
Think about go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like when a label's offering you $2 million, imagine what you're really worth to them. You know what I'm saying?
If they give you that, they mean they're expecting at least make that from you.
Right, and I'm not, I have nothing against the deal. Like to keep it a buck, like I would sign a deal that may not be the most phenomenal deal for me. Like we all have these in like dramatic visions in our head of like I want a bidding war and I want to be signed for 10 mil and like I want that because I'm worth that and I know I'm worth that. And it's just like that's not how business works in general. So it's like. I would sign a contract that I know I'm capable of like getting out of, or that's just like it's just looking at it from like a business perspective, which is like, okay, you have resources that I need.
More like a partnership.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Is a partnership and understanding, and ideally a partnership who is down to grow over time.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say is Kanye's journey. I know you're a big influence by Kanye. You probably know his story when he first signed.
Absolutely.
When he first signed.
It's not a good deal.
They were looking to him like a producer. Yeah. They started out a producer, but he was a rapper as well. But they didn't take his rapping seriously. Right. He had to produce a certain amount of songs when it was his time to get in the studio.
Everything himself. They weren't going to pay. They didn't give him a recording budget.
He literally had to feed off of other people's recording budgets. And literally out of pocket for his first videos in order for them to take it, for this label to take him seriously as a rapper.
Right. Yeah, but that's the beauty in investing in yourself and seeing the long-term goal.
Exactly. Man. He saw the vision. Somebody said, Kanye, you're the best rapper producer. And Kanye was like,
I'm the best rapper.
I'm a rapper. There's who's a rapper producer. I'm not a rapper. Yeah. I'm a rapper. Yeah. That's how you got. I made these beats to get my foot in the door.
You got to keep that mindset, man. Mount Rushmore, man. That's how I want to see it, man. Listen, we're running low on time, unfortunately, man. We loving the conversation. We're gonna have you back one day.
Absolutely.
I can't wait till we see the growth. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait because right now you here, but when you there, you know what I'm saying? We backstage at your shit. You at MSG selling shit out. It's gonna be a whole different energy. You know what I'm saying?
Interview is gonna be legendary.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to look back on this shit.
This one's gonna be for the books.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you guys having me, man. Like I said, I'm a genuine. Like this is not. I'm not doing this because I want to be on a podcast. Like I'm a genuine fan, not only of this, not only of what they're doing, but who these guys are as people.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Seriously, a lot.
So and y'all have like same thing. Like this is a new venture.
Yeah,
and y'all are killing.
We're a few months in the game,
you, bro. Thank you. We really appreciate you, man. Listen, we gotta give one more big shout out to my boy Guy. You know what I'm saying? Instagram gonna be down low. Shout out Kyoko, he's in the cut.
Absolutely.
Marvin, all that. Listen, it's the Free Gems podcast, man.
Episode 23.
And unfortunately, we are out of here, and we are gone.
We are gone.
God bless, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Thank y'all so much.